Howdy do, buckaroos. Welcome back to the channel. It's a very exciting update today for the build. Been waiting for this day for a long time and really excited to show you guys. I'm really excited to have this partnership in my racing program, and this is probably the biggest thing I've been waiting on. It's the biggest thing the engine needs. Let's flip this camera around and I'll show you. There it is, boys. There it is, the injection pump. Although it's not my big granddaddy of them all pump, he's still working on that one. We're trying a few trick things, but this will definitely hold her own. Let me get this out of here. As you guys can see, it's from Wes over at Classic Diesel Designs. Want to give him a big shout out for coming on board with the project, and both want to take the IDIs to the next level, to the forefront, and show all these direct injection turds what's up. But as you can see right there, the party pump. We're calling this kind of the street pump, or the backup pump once I get the big pump. It's still going to be plenty rowdy. And right here you can see his in-cab fuel control setup. This is your regulator. Here's your fuel in, your return, and fuel to the out to the injection pump. And then in the bag here, right there, is your in-cab fuel controller itself with the little knob on it. It's kind of hard to see in the bubble wrap, but we'll end up running some air lines to it and get her all hooked up, be able to turn it down if I need to for some bracket racing, or just crank her up on the dyno, smack a big old number. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna clear a shelf off and we'll get this bag open, and I'll just give you guys a full unboxing video to show you what all comes with the in-cab fuel controller. Of course, you got the regulator, the pump. Came with all the nice fittings. That's always very appreciative. But let me clear out a spot on the shelf right over here, and we will cut this bag open, go through all the contents, and see how that goes. Got plenty of cool stickers for the old truck. That's one thing I always did. When I was younger, is I wanted 1,000 stickers all over my trucks. I thought it made it look fast. But now that I'm getting older and really trying to be serious with this racing program, the only stickers I like on the truck are people that are part of the team that have helped me get to where I am now, and the people that support me, I want to support them. So I've scraped off plenty of stickers in the truck's day, and it just has a few on them now, but those few are what makes this possible and what helps me get the truck to where it is now. But let me get this shelf cleared off and we'll get this bag cut open and see what goes with this in-cab fuel controller. Alright, so here we are, got the shelf cleaned off, got the bag cut open, so I wasn't trying to do that one-handed, but let's get all this spread out here. Got my daggum arm in the way, but there we go. So we got the line here, got your adapter from that rubber line to the air line, couple clamps, your nut and lock washer for what I assume is this guy, and here's your controller. He's looked really good at labeling everything, which is really nice. So you'll have that guy. all this hose to plumb up. It's actually pretty simple. At least it looks that way. So now that I got it all unboxed and all laid out here, it looks like a super simple setup. I'm of course gonna get with Wes on it and just make sure I'm hooking it up all right and everything, and I will be documenting all that so it makes it easier for you guys to know how to install these kinds of things. A lot of people don't know he does the Chevy stuff just as much as he does the Ford stuff. He's getting more into the high performance Chevy stuff, which is why me and him partnered up to kind of get that out there. And what better way to show the high performance platform than my truck. But I will be conferring with him back and forth and just making sure everything's hooked up right, and that will be all documented and videoed for you guys to see all that and how I mount everything. I'm probably going to end up mounting this guy kind of on my shifter. I will make a bracket for it kind of on my shifter so I can just kind of reach over with my hand and adjust it easy, and and then I can kind of run all the hoses with my wiring for my shifter anyways. It'll just be a lot cleaner setup than trying to mount it on the dash, or I don't know where else you would want to mount it, except for in my application it works perfect on the shifter. So that's where the adjuster will be mounted, and then the regulator will be mounted somewhere on the firewall maybe, or on the engine, depending. We'll see how I am for space once I get the pump on, intake on. Once I get the big S400 on, we will see where that mounts up and how that will go. Like I said, guys, I'm very excited for this, and like I said, it's not my big bad Mamma Jamma pump, but this will definitely help me learn this in-cab fuel control system. It will get the truck back up and going, make sure everything's all good with the new heads. It'll help me dial in the Predator lift pump as well. I changed a lot this year, including suspension, tire setup, weight, power, a lot of things. So just putting this backup street pump on will make it easier to dial in everything before I just try and throw a whole mess of fuel at it and just pour all the power to it. It'll be easier with this. I mean, I say mild, but it's mild compared to what's gonna be on it, but it's still pretty rowdy compared to what you're gonna see on the everyday average or even a mild build. It's gonna be rowdy. There's a reason it's called the party pump. But like I said, I will walk you guys through that. I got a few more things to clean up, and I'm still mounting up that Predator. I'm working on a video for you guys on that, making a bracket up and getting that all mounted up, fabbing up a tensioner for it to make mounting a belt on and off easy. Power Driven did a great job designing it for a Cummins application, but of course custom parts for custom applications. So we will be going through that, and then we'll be running fuel lines from that up to my regulator and the pump, and it's just gonna be a whole mess of plumbing and whole bunch of fun. But I'm really excited the pump finally showed up. It was kind of a birthday present to myself. My birthday was on Tuesday last week, the 13th, and that's when Wes messaged me and said the pump is on the way. So happy birthday to me. We have one or two more local races, and I'm really going to try like hell to make one, but if not, I'm not too worried. I have a few more big things to add to the truck. The list has just kept adding up and adding up as parts have been acquired, find good deals on stuff, and one of them is actually a giant water to air intercooler, which water to air is always the best in a competition atmosphere. I think way colder intake air temps, and cold air is more power, of course, and all the help this thing can get, I'm gonna give it. And I ended up getting a screaming deal on that water to air, so we're gonna end up mounting that with an ice box. I'm not gonna do a heat exchanger or anything like that. I'm not driving it every day, so I don't see the need for a heat exchanger. It's just gonna have a big ice box and a water pump, and We're going to plumb that up. It has 4-inch inlet and outlet on the water to air. I don't know if I'm going to do 4-inch charge piping, so we might be necking that down to 3.5 or 3-inch. Again, more practice with the TIG welder. Welding aluminum, and I'm probably going to end up doing the charge piping in aluminum. Again, to keep intake air temps down, it'll look pretty. But I mean, I guess I can show you guys that too as well, or I can save it for another video. I'll keep you guys guessing. But the injection pump's finally here. We're gonna get that on. Probably in the next video I will be getting the pump on. We'll get the pump on, get the gear timed, get the lines on, then we can finally put the intake on, which I've been waiting on. The only reason I haven't is because the injection pump wasn't here, but I can get the pump on, get the intake on, start plumbing things, finish getting the Predator on, and then I can basically plumb my entire fuel system. And that's just one less thing to plumb. Just got to get a turbo here, get that all plumbed up. I still have oil feed and drain, so I'm just gonna have to redo charge piping going from an S300 to an S400. If I can get it together this year, I'm probably just gonna modify the S300 piping I did have and just run the 2nd gen Cummins air to air just to get one pass out of it this year. But if that doesn't come to fruition, then that's all getting changed, and we are going to put the water to air on it. The water to air is going on regardless. It's already sitting over there beside the truck, but if I can get one run in this year, I'll leave the air to air on it just so I can make a pass in the old girl. But if not, no big deal. No need to rush on a big project like this. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Skip a year racing and change the whole program, and we'll come back next year even bigger, better, stronger. So I know it wasn't a very exciting video. It was exciting for me, and I hope it was exciting for you guys, seeing that the heart to this beast is finally here. We can get it in, get it all plumbed, and it's very, very, very close to running again. But thanks for watching, guys. Again, shout out to Classic Diesel Designs for coming on board with this insane project. But I can't wait to do more business with them in the future, keep them on the team, and just further the IDI platform. So thanks, guys. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, comment what you think about the party pump, and I will catch you guys on the next video, which will be pump install, getting the lines hooked up, and start plumbing.